very excited today. Very excited today. Phone's playing music. Stop that. Super excited today. I actually have stuff I want to talk about as opposed to usually where I'm like, well, blah 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 blah. I have a lot to talk about today. I'm very excited. I'm going to put the techiest stuff that I'm most excited about at the very end. Don't just skip to the end though, because that, you know, be here for me. This came up a couple of times at Wildfire where either someone would be teaching someone how to do thread the needle, or someone would ask me about thread the needle, or I'd be talking to somebody about some other trick and be like, oh, you need to thread the needle, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to do thread the needle, blah 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 blah. This is more for people who know how to do thread the needle and knew what a bitch it was to learn. The biggest problem with thread the needle is if someone's teaching you how to do thread the needle, or if you teach someone how to do thread the needle and you start talking about moving your hands forwards and back, ooh, look at that wide angle lens. So if you're teaching someone how to do thread the needle and you're talking about moving your hands forward and backward like that, or pulling up sleeves or pushing down sleeves, that kind of thing, stop that. Don't do that. Stop that. The moving the hands forward and backward thing, that has nothing to do with thread the needle. I'm going to say that again. The moving the hands forward and backward thing, that has nothing to do with thread the needle. So if you look at a regular butterfly up close, you'll see that one tether is on top of the other, right? So you can blow this up by doing giant butterfly. So you can see my right hand stays on top. Right hand stays on top, right? When my arms come apart here, I have an opportunity to switch which hand is on top. So left hand on top. And then my arms come apart, I can switch again which hand is on top. Right hand is on top. Left hand's on top. Right hand is on top. That's thread the needle. That's all there is to it. So if you're doing butterfly, and then when the poi come apart, if you switch which hand is on top, so now it's the left hand on top, and then when they come apart again, switch which hand is on top, right hand on top, left hand on top, right hand on top, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. That's thread the needle. That is all there is to it. There's all of this like forward and backward, like this nonsense, and like, you know, this kind of thing. That's all just dance. The actual move, thread the needle, is just switching which hand is on top. That's it. So just in case someone asks you to teach them thread the needle, that is the quick and easy way to teach them thread the needle. Okay, other thing that happened at Wildfire, well, it was more my thing. For about a month before Wildfire, I was watching a lot of Usher and Michael Jackson videos. Okay, so there's this move that Michael Jackson does. It's not even a move, it's just a pose. He does in Smooth Criminal. He does it in a bunch of things. You can find it most easily in Smooth Criminal. It's really simple. All it is that. That's it. In one of my earlier vlogs, I was talking about behind the head catch. That one. Right? You see where I'm going with this? So all it is that behind the head catch with the Michael Jackson pose, a la that. Anyway, that was just a fun little move that I was playing with, but it was a big hit at Wildfire. Every time I did it, someone was like, ooh. I come up with dumb moves sometimes. I was showing Drex this dumb move I came up with, and I was like, look, I know it's dumb, but I also think it's really funny. I do this stall a lot, okay, right? A lot of people do this stall a lot. I have vlogged about this stall, I think twice. I also do a lot of 1.5s, And I just kind of like as kind of like an inside joke to myself, because I'm really cool because I make inside jokes that only I get because I don't have friends. So just kind of as a joke move, I started doing this. Just to kind of make fun of the fact that I do this stall and 1.5's too much. I don't know, I think it's really funny. Drex thought it was just dumb. Okay, but I am going to talk more about up and down stalls. Also, before in an earlier vlog, I talked about this throw. I kind of revisited that idea, and instead of this throw moving through an arc, I thought, well, what if it just moves straight up and down? But so I you know, did that move. Then I thought, if I'm gonna let go of one poi, you know, this hand's not really doing anything, so I might as well do it with both, like this. It reminds me of when Wile Coyote is chasing the Roadrunner by a cliff, and the Roadrunner stops. Wile Coyote keeps going off the cliff, and he kind of floats in the air until he realizes he's not standing on anything, and then he falls. It's kind of like that second where Wile Coyote is not standing on anything and he's not falling. Ah. Oh, the AC turned off. Huh. The effect is better if you keep kind of a unit circle apart, because then your hands have to travel that distance. I think it just kind of adds to the effect. Alright, well, you get the idea. Of course, this is not completely original. Other people have thought of this. Actually, I've seen Poi Boy do it from this stall. I can't do that, but it's pretty slick because he goes like this, and, you know, like that. I can catch one of them. Ha! But I hope you get the idea there. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is compound circle orbing. If you remember the Nick Woolsey training videos, he talks about this concept. Hi. He talks about this concept of orbing, where it's a good training thing where you're turning the poi. How does it go? Yeah, you're making an orb with the poi like this, right? So that is one circle that's being spun about on an axis to make a sphere, or an orb, right? Orb is a fancy word for sphere. Sphere is a fancy word for ball. So with compound circles, aka flowers, there's two circles. There's the circle that the poi is doing around your hand, and there's the circle that your hand is doing around your body. So instead of orbing the circle of the poi, why not orb the circle of your hand? I've been trying to do this with isolation, like this. Actually, I've been trying to do it like this. I've been trying to do, if this is the plane, I've been trying to do it like this, right? And I've also tried to do it like this. I can't actually do this, but I'm going to show it to you to make an ass of myself. Now, I've only recently gotten this isolated buzzsaw fairly respectable. So, you know, naturally the next thing I wanted to do was to orb it, not orbit. This does not stay in isolation very well. I hope you get the idea. And then go on the other axis. That's even worse. I also tried to do this with cat eye, just with one hand, turning the plane on this axis like this. So if you're doing a cat eye like this, like that, and like that, and then you've got a horizontal cat eye. It's the only horizontal cat eye I can do. That's not a cat eye. That's not a cat eye either. And then back to the horizontal. You get that idea where you're turning it. You guys can probably do this better than I can. But then I thought, well, that's kind of silly. I mean, it's really difficult, but it doesn't look like anything. That's one reason I wanted to present it to you guys before I could even really do it, because maybe you guys have better ideas and better skills than me, and maybe you can come up with some cool things to do with that. Or you might think it's dumb. I come up with dumb things. Okay, so the only other thing I really have tried with that is, well, I tried flowers, split time, same direction flowers. So I tried it with anti-spin, four pedal anti-spin, and it's really, really difficult. Charlie could probably do it because he does a lot of 3D 4-pedal anti-spin. He could probably do it like in his sleep. But then I tried it with 2-pedal in-spin, which looks like this. That I've had a little bit of success with, literally like an hour ago. So the idea here is I'm going to be doing this, and every time my right hand passes the front, which is the area closest to you, I'm going to turn 45 degrees. So from here to here, and then next time here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here, here, and then back to original. Is that it? I think that was pretty close. So yeah, compound, circle, orbing. Fun times. I'd love it if you guys played around with that and showed me some cooler stuff to do with that, because I don't really know what to do. I mean, other than the stuff I just showed you. Alright, so that's it. I hope that was a good episode. Yeah, I'll see some of you at Wildfire in September. And the rest of you I will see on the internet. Bye.